Shabbat Shalom. We are going to begin our service this evening in your Yom HaShoah booklet. If you did not grab one when you came in, they are on the back table, and we're on page 1.
We're going to start in the Hebrew at the bottom of the page.
Things never end, the sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the crash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart, the sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the crash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart. Shabbat Shalom once again. Welcome to Shabbat. It is that time of week once more, and we welcome those who are here with us physically in our sanctuary, as well as those who are streaming us online. This week, we hold the sweetness of Shabbat and the sweetness of the end of Passover. We've been redeemed. We're back to our regular diets. We're eating mostly what we want to again. But we also hold this very serious and solemn day as the beginning of next week starts this period of modern Jewish holidays that are based in the state of Israel. The first one is Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Remembrance Day, a reminder that as many times as we are freed from slavery and liberated, our dark history remains with us, and it is important, as always, to uphold our sacred commandment of remembering. And so we take time as we celebrate the joy of Shabbat. We also remember, because that is how we as Jews continue to move forward. So we're going to continue on page 2 in observance of Yom HaShoah. We begin with silence. The silence of death, the silence after destruction. There are times when songs falter, when darkness fills life, when martyrdom becomes a constellation of faith against the unrelieved black of space about us. There are no words to reach beyond the edge of night, no messenger to tell the full tale. There is only silence, the silence of Job, the silence of the 6 million, the silence of memory. Let us remember them as we link our silences. At the bottom of page 3, a reading by Viktor Frankl. Let's join together. One evening, when we were already resting on the floor of our hut, dead tired, soup bowls in hand, a fellow prisoner rushed in and asked us to run out to the assembly grounds and see the wonderful sunset. Standing outside, we saw sinister clouds glowing in the west and the whole sky alive with clouds of ever-changing shapes and colors, from steel blue to blood red. The desolate gray mud huts provided a sharp contrast, while the puddles on the muddy ground reflected the glowing sky. Then, after minutes of moving silence, one prisoner said to another, "How beautiful the world could be." Shabbat is a reminder of that beauty of the world. So we now turn back to our Sidurim, our prayer books, to continue our celebration of Shabbat, as we also honor memory by inviting up Rhoda London and Lori Malamud. Tonight is the yortzeit of their mother, and so we go from remembering the 6 million, remembering those who formed our history, to remembering those individuals who we have lost. And Rhoda wrote a special poem in memory of her mother that I would like to share as they come up to prepare to light our candles. It's called Poem Before Kaddish. Not long ago, my mother went to her eternity. She was 94, surrounded by loving family. Her passing was not a surprise, but it hurt nonetheless, knowing we can no longer share our laughter. She won't call to make sure I got home safely. I can't take her hand crossing the street. She said she was lucky all of her life and had her own distinctive style and flair. No woman of valor on a tombstone for her. She wanted an inscription all her own. Mom chose to be buried in her mother's bathrobe so she could rest forever in her mother's embrace. It was pink and quilted and hung in her closet, waiting for decades, rhinestone buttons sparkling, until death slipped in under watchful eyes. I filled both worn pockets with photos, so we were with her when she was laid to rest. She is a cherished memory, a role model for her 3 daughters, a Jewish mother. So as we remember, we bring light into the world by kindling our Shabbat candles. We're on pages 2 and 3.
Read first, then light. O source of life and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the lights of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu. Thank you, Rhoda and Lori. We turn to page 20 and 21 to continue welcoming in Shabbat with Lecha Dodi. Shabbat nekabela. dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki hi mekor haberacha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshava tehila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, hitoreri, kiva orech kumi ori, uri, uri, shir daberi, kivod Adonai alayich nigla. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. We rise in body or spirit and face the door to welcome Shabbat. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Page 29. We read alternating paragraphs in the middle of the page. O God, you are as near as the very air we breathe, yet farther than the farthermost star. We yearn to reach you. We seek the light and warmth of your presence. Though we say you are near, we are lonely and alone. Oh, let our desire be so strong that it will tear the veil that keeps you from our sight. Let your light release our darkness and reveal the glory and joy of your presence. We continue with Baruch on page 28. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Page 31. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Together, creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. Page 33. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Together, don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad. Please be seated. We read together on page 37. Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai, your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai, your God. We sing our song of hope and freedom on page 40. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh, nora tehilo, oseh felem. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh, nora tehilo, Oseh felem. Like you, who is like you, who is like you, Adonai, who is like you, who is like you. Who is like you? מלכותך, ראו בניך, בוקי הים לפני משה ומרים, זה ליענו, ענו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, who is like you, Adonai, who is like you, who is like you, who is like you, Adonai, who is like you, who is like you, who is like you, Adonai, who is like you, who is like you, who is like you, Adonai. Our next prayer is Vishamru, which is on page 44. We just sang a song praising God and reminding ourselves that there is nothing and no one like God. And it's tough to do that in the midst of remembering an incredibly tragic event in our history and the history of our people, as well as the senseless acts of terror that are continuing to happen in Israel. But to me, the Vishamru, which tells us about how we keep Shabbat, the Vishamru is a sign of hope because it says that every week we keep Shabbat and every generation we keep Shabbat, and by doing so we emulate God because we're also participating in the work of creation. And God also rested. And so the Vishamru is a reminder that we are an important link in the chain of our people, that no matter where in time or space that Jews have been, we've always kept Shabbat. And the flickering lights are a beacon of hope, and our Kiddush wine is a symbol of sweetness, that we can still find these things when sometimes the world makes it difficult to find hope and sweetness. And so as we sing Vishamru, we continue to empower ourselves to act in God's image, to participate in works of creation and in making our world a better place. And we also give ourselves permission to rest, to put aside the weariness that we hold during the week and just be present in the moment, a moment of joy as we keep Shabbat for another week. So let's join together. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. We turn to page 46 and rise in body or spirit for the Amidah. Adonai, Sefatai Tiftach, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'konei Hakol, Ve'zocher Chastei Avot v'imachot, U'mevii geula livnei v'neihem, Lema'an shemo be'ahava, Melech ozer u'moshia u'magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Mezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei hakol atah Rav lehoshia, Morid hatal, Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim verofeh cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Michamochav al gevurot, Umidom elach, Melech menit umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'nemanata lehachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, Ukdoshim b'chol yom yahalelucha selah, Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Please be seated. Page 57. You are with us in our prayer, our love, and our doubt, in our longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still, clear voice within us. Together, therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otcha levadcha b'yirah na'avod. We take a moment for our own personal prayers and reflections. Page 60. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Tasim Leolam. Ki atah hu melech Adon lechol hashalom lechol hashalom. Ki atah hu melech Adon lechol hashalom lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Tasim Leolam. Bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך בשלומך. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Tasim Leolam Leolam Leolam. Page 253. We continue with our prayers for healing for those in our lives and in our world. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are ill. The Shabbat, our congregation is praying for Michelle Alexander, Carol Babcock, Vera Benjamin, Jim Brady, Rita Brady, Pauline Sherwin, Susan Derby, Helene Edwards, Muriel Fields, Beverly Fruit, Mary Hartman, Lynn Israel, Deborah Kay, Robert Kay, Marilyn Levinson, Jonathan Luchow, Lori Malamud, William Newman, David Osofsky, Laura Osofsky, Sarah Penshaw, Buddy Pollock, Jean Posen, Sean Quinlan, Joyce Racklin, Ron Rappaport, Sandra Resnikoff, Devora Botrachel, Lanny Rothstein, Lois Rosenthal, Kevin Rutherford, Stephanie Shabilia, Sid Siegel, Ruthie Silver, Nicholas Sobek, Jane Terry, Judy Van Gorder, Mark Weig, Lee Wagman, Barbie Young. If you have names you'd like to add to our healing prayers this evening, please do so as I look around the room. Go ahead, David.
Charles Stellan, Dr. King, John Mitchell, Sam Zupa, Brennan Dorothy Weiss, Susan Popio, Larry Reed, Mary Lou Boyer, Ray Halpern, and Marilyn Goodman.
Thanks, please. Thank you. Thank you. Linda. Thanks. Thanks. God. Thanks. Sheila.
Roy Laffer, Alexander Barnes Lake.
May the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit, and let us say, Amen. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Nisheberach imotenu mekor habraha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. We turn back to our Yom HaShoah service on page 5.
Sheni Srat,
I'd like to invite up our Vice President of Ritual, Michael Kaur, as we continue with a memorial candlelighting ceremony. We have 6 candles, one that represents 1 million of our people who were lost in the Holocaust, but who we remember this evening. We remember now all whose lives were changed by the Shoah and those whose memories will live on forever with us. Our first candle, in memory of the children, infants, and teenagers, and those who were innocent of any wrongdoing and defenseless, as well as those who were unable even to understand what was happening. This light signifies that you are not forgotten. Our second candle, in memory of the mothers who fought for their children and comforted them when they were scared and still believed that soon their families would be safe. This light signifies that you are not forgotten. Our third candle, in memory of the fathers who were powerless to protect their families, yet sought to hold out hope and work to create normalcy when that thought was impossible. This light signifies that you are not forgotten. Our fourth candle, in memory of the rabbis, teachers, and scholars who dedicated themselves to Jewish learning. The greatest centers of learning in Jewish history disappeared with them. We follow their example by dedicating ourselves to the study of our Jewish heritage. This light signifies that you are not forgotten. Our fifth candle, in memory of the Warsaw Ghetto fighters and all of their partisans, the underground resistors who fought the Nazis with whatever weapons they could muster. They did not surrender, not even in the face of superior force. Their efforts helped to quicken the defeat of Nazi rule. This light signifies that you are not forgotten. And our sixth candle, in memory of the martyrs who voluntarily gave their lives by going back into Hitler-controlled Europe in an effort to save their captured brothers and sisters, and to those who tried to sneak out boatloads of escapees through the British blockade of Palestine. This light signifies that you are not forgotten. Thanks, Michael.
Amen.
As we continue with our memorial prayers for those who died in the Shoah, which are on page 7 and 8, if you have family members or loved ones who died in the Holocaust, I invite you to rise and share their names with us so that we can remember, and then we'll join together as a community in memory. Please, God. Thank you. Jackie.
These are the 10 people from my father's family. Father away with first cousin who died in the Holocaust. Adolf Kent, Isaac Cohen, Max Davis, Fritz Kent, Arthur Cohen, Paula Davis, Louise Davis, Hugo White, Lois Singh, Joan Davis, Amanda Kent.
Thank you. And of course, we remember all those who have no remaining loved ones to share their names. We rise as one community for our El Male Rachamim in memory of the 6 million on page 7. Fully compassionate God on high, to our 6 million brothers and sisters murdered because they were Jews, grant clear and certain rest with you in the lofty heights of the sacred and pure, whose brightness shines like the very glow of heaven. Source of mercy, forever enfold them in the embrace of your wings. Secure their souls in eternity. Adonai, they are yours. May they rest in peace. And together we say, Amen. On page 8, we have a special Kaddish for the Shoah, remembering all the different places where we were taken and where we perished. So as I say the traditional words of Kaddish, I invite you to join with Cantor in naming the concentration camps and the work camps in your book. Yitgadal,
Auschwitz,
V'yitkadash,
Lodz,
Shemei Rabbah,
Honar,
Be'alma Divra Chiruteh,
Babi Yar,
V'yamlich Malchuteh,
Maidanet,
B'chayechon Uvyomechon,
Bir Canal,
Uv'chaye Dechol Beit Yisrael,
Kovno,
Ba'agala Uvizman Kariv,
Yanovska,
Ve'yimru Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabba Mevarach Le'alam U'almei Almaya. Yitvarach Ve'yishtabach.
Theresienstadt,
Ve'yitpa'ar Ve'yitromam.
Buchenwald,
Ve'yitnaseh Ve'yithadar.
Treblinka,
Ve'yitaleh Ve'yithalal.
Vilna,
Shemei Dekudesha Barichu.
Bergen-Belsen,
Le'ela.
Mauthausen,
Min kol birchata Ve'shirata.
Dachau,
Tushbechata Ve'nechemata.
Minsk,
Da'amiran Be'alma.
Warsaw,
Ve'imru Amen. Yehei Shalama Rabba Min Shemaya. v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. We remain standing as we turn back to our prayer books to the Aleinu. A reminder that we are carriers of this beautiful and sacred tradition, and that we are God's partners in continuing to repair our world. We're in the middle of page 282. Please be seated. Page 293. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we continue to meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. During Shloshim, the month following death, we remember Clifford Blate, the cousin of Brian Alterman, Dr. Donald Cohen, father of Joanne Cohen and Debbie Abram, Patricia Deem, mother of Bill Deem, Louise Karp Esrig, mother of Adele Stewart, and Francis Young. At the Yortzeit, the anniversary of death, we remember Bertha Adler, Suzanne Listener Bernard, Jenny Bloom, Cora Borakov, Sue Kaur, Alan G.D., Martin Feldman, Stella Mildred Fox, Ruby S. Friedberg, Max L. Friedberg, Lois Isaac Geffen, Marty J. Gottlieb, Morris David Greenberg, Minna Hal, Frank Howard, Rick Iskrig, Albert Israel, Herbert Joseph, Ruth Taxier Joseph, Elsie Katz, Joseph L. Kaufman, Irving B. Corman, Dorothy Isaac Krapp, Bernard Marco, Harry Meiselman, Kathleen Moss, Richard Nykirk, Marlene Rebb, Samuel Reitzis, William Resnick, Joseph Reeders, Anne E. Ringgold, Jack Rosenberg, Ruth F. Rothman, Fanny Schoenbraun, David Snyder, Evelyn Menowitz Goldberg Toritz, Maxine Tuvman, Jules Wagman, Sumner Waits, Dr. Harvey R. Wasserman, Milton Wishner, Sanford Zoller, Abraham Zimmerman. We also remember all of those who perished, who have their names not forgotten and their memories live on. If you'd like to add names to those on our list who are remembering this evening, please do so as I look around the room. We turn to page 294 and rise as a community for Kaddish Yatom, Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal ve'yitkadash shemeh rabbah, be'alma divrach chiruteh ve'amlich malchuteh, b'chayachon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayeh dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yahei shemeh rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach ve'yishtabach ve'yitpa'ar ve'yitromam ve'yitnaseh ve'yithadar ve'yithaleh ve'yithalal shemeh dekudesha barichu le'ela min kol birchata ve'shirata tushbechata ve'nechemata da'amiran be'alma ve'imru amen. Yehei shalama rabba min shemaya V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say amen. Please be seated as we invite up Jonathan Richmond, a member of our board and executive committee, to share some announcements.
Shabbat Shalom. I'm Jonathan Richmond. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, we welcome you to Congregation Ahavat Chesed. Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., Rabbi Glasser will lead Torah study, followed by Shabbat morning minyan with Rabbi in Canterbury at 10:30 a.m. Sunday morning, TIR will begin at 9 a.m. Tuesday at 10:30 a.m., Wisdom will be led by Jack Bazinski. Save the date for our upcoming temple events. Joining us on April 23rd for an exciting night of bingo, pizza, prizes hosted by Sisterhood, Brotherhood, and T3. Additionally, mark your calendars for Education Shabbat Shirenu on May 5th. We look forward to seeing you there. Our oneg tonight will be in the front vestibule. Shabbat Shalom.
As we move towards the conclusion of our service, we again remind ourselves of the sweetness of Shabbat and the sweetness in our world as we continue with Kiddush on page 5.
Baruch
atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit ki hu yom techila lemikrayei kodesh zecher letziat mitzrayim Yivanu v'charta ve'otanu kitashta mikol ha'anim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. Amen. L'chaim. I'm just going to pick two random names. If your name is Ariel or Natanya, will you come up and help me lead Motzi? Anyone by those names in here? Oh, okay. I see 2 people. Perfect. Come on up. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. And speaking of hope for the future, we turn back to our Yom HaShoah book as we conclude on page 10 with Hatikva. I invite us all to rise. O Lord, balevav pnima, nefesh Yehudi homiya, ufahatem Mizrach kadima, ayin letzion Sophia. Lord, love tikvateinu, hatikva bashnot alpayim, liodam chofshi be'artzeinu, Eretz Zion Yerushalayim, liodam chofshi be'artzeinu, Eretz Zion Yerushalayim. Shabbat Shalom.